Hello, good day everyone. So this is Richard again for another edition of Learning with Rich. So for today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to create curtain walls, curtain grids, and mullions. Okay, so you can have your own model. So I'm using this model. So if you want to have this model, you just need to message me. You just need to email me. Okay, and then I'm going to give you this model. Alright, so in this exercise, I'm going to create a curtain wall and a curtain grid. And then after that, I'm going to add also a door and mullions to the curtain wall. And I'm going to show you also how to change the material of a curtain panel. Alright, so let's get started. So for the first part of the exercise, I'm going to create a curtain wall and curtain grid. Okay, so I'm going to concentrate my modeling to this portion. Okay, so I'm going to convert this portion to curtain wall. So as you can see, I have a wall here, ordinary wall, and then I have a door here. Okay, so I'm going to convert this portion. So I'm going to convert this portion to curtain wall. Okay, so to start, so what I'm going to do first, from the Modify tab, I'm going to select here Split Element. Right, so I select Split Element, and then I'm going to move my pointer here, and then I pick. Okay, so once you see the dimension there, the temporary dimension, so I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to change the value to 150, 150, and then I'm going to do that also to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to pick here, and I change this 150. Alright, and then I select Modify. Okay, because like what I have said, I only want this portion. I don't want the whole wall to be converted to curtain wall. So I only want this portion. Okay, so after that, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to select the wall, which is this one, and then I'm going to change the type here. From the properties, I select here curtain wall. Okay, and then you'll see this warning saying that switching element type to curtain elements or element. All inserts in the element will be deleted. Okay, so it's okay. I'll just close this one. Okay, the door that was here before automatically deleted, because if your wall is curtain wall, you cannot just simply select architecture tab and then select door here. Cannot. So you can only place this type of door on our wall. Okay, but it's different on your curtain wall. So I'm going to show you later how to load a curtain wall type of door. So after I convert that wall to curtain wall, so the next part of the exercise is I'm going to create a curtain grid. Okay, so from the architecture tab, build panel, so there's the curtain grid. Okay, so I select the curtain grid, and then after that, so from the placement panel, so by default, all segments here is selected. So I want to place curtain grid using all segments option. So I'm gonna place it here. So let's say I'm gonna select 700, and then I'm going to select here 800 for my second curtain grid. And then I'm going to do it also to the other side. So 700 and 800. Okay, so after that, I select here Modify. And then if I go to the south elevation, so this is how it looks like. Alright, so these are my 4 curtain grids. So after that, I'm going to create another curtain grids on my south elevation. So I'm going to place 2 curtain grid. Okay, so I select again the curtain grid. Okay, so I select the curtain grid. I place here 2 curtain grid. So 1, 2. Okay, and then I select Modify. Now, to specify the distance Okay, so I select the lower curtain grid, and then I'm going to change here the dimension. So let's say the dimension for this is 2080. Okay, and then for the second curtain grid, so I select this, and then let's say this is 2250. Enter. Alright. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to change the material of my panel. Okay, so I changed the material of my panel. So I'm just going to click the drop down arrow here from the select, and then I just uncheck all of this. Okay, so I'm going to select this portion. Oh, wait. By the way, I'm going to create another curtain grid using all except picked. So before I select these panels, so I'm going to create another curtain grid here. This time, using all except picked. So I select this, and then I'm going to place it here. And then I'm going to select the part that I want to exclude. So I'm going to click this. Okay. Then after that, I select modify. So that's the difference of using your all segments. All segments is like this, right? So it will create a curtain grid on all segments. The other option is one segment. So if I use one segment, I can only create one segment on your panel. Okay, so one segment. The last one is all except picked. So this is the tool that I use to create this curtain grid here. Okay, so it places a grid segments on all panels except those you select to exclude. So I selected the curtain grid here to be excluded. Right? Okay, and then after that, I'm going to select this portion. And then I'm going to filter. So I only need to select the panel. So I select filter. And then I only want to select there the panels, and then OK. There you go. So I have here 6 curtain panels. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to select edit type to open the properties, the type properties dialog box, which is this one. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate. Okay, so I'm going to create a new type, and then let's say I'm going to call this spandrel panel. And then okay. There you go. And then I'm going to change the material here. So I change the material. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this. I duplicate. Okay, so let's say I'm just going to rename this spandrel. Enter. Okay, and then I change the color. So let's say I want to color something like a bluish. Alright, and then I select OK. And then I select here. Okay, so I select OK, and then OK. Alright. So that's how you change the material. So let's have a look. Okay, so there's the material. Alright, so after that, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create my curtain mullion. Okay, or let's say I'm going to add first the door here. Okay, so from the 3D view, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to add a door here. Okay, so like what I have said earlier, we cannot select here the ordinary door. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this panel. Okay, so I'm going to select this panel. Alright, so I'm going to select first, select elements by face. Okay, and then move my pointer to this space, and then I'm gonna press tab. Tab. until it selects the panel. Okay, I click that, and then from here, from the type selector, so you can change the type of that panel. So as you can see, there is a door here that is already loaded. Now, let's say for example, you don't have a curtain wall type of door that is loaded in your project. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm going to teach you how. So you just need to go to the Insert tab and then Load Family. So Load Family, and then you just need to look for Curtain Panel by Pattern. Okay, just open this folder and then you will see here, oh, sorry, not this one, curtain wall panels. Okay, okay, where is that? What about doors? Okay, so this is the one that I'm talking about. Sorry about that. Okay, so it's on the doors folder, and then this is the door that we will be using. As you can see, it's curtain wall. Okay, so let's say for example, I want this type of door to be loaded to this panel here. Okay, so I select this and then open. So it's now loaded in this project. So what I'm going to do next is make sure select elements by face is checked. Okay, and then you move your pointer to that face of this panel and then you can press the tab. 1, 2. Okay, so as you can see, it's now highlighted. So I'm now going to select this. And then after that, I'm going to change the type here. So you will now be able to see here the door, the curtain wall door that you just loaded. Okay, and then I can just select this one and boom. Okay, so there's your curtain wall type of door. Okay, so if I go to the south elevation, so it looks like this. Okay, so after that, what we are going to do is I'm going to create a curtain wall. I mean curtain mullion to our curtain wall. Right? So to start creating our curtain wall, curtain mullion, okay, so from the architecture tab, so I'm gonna select here the mullion. So I select the mullion, and then using this type of mullion, so I'm going to place my mullion. Okay, so as you can see, I can click now, right? So I also have here 3 options to create my mullion. First is you can place the mullion on a grid line. So as you can see, as I hover my pointer to the grid line, so it highlights, right? Okay, another option is grid line segment. So grid line segment, so by segment only. And then there's also the all grid lines. So I click this. As you can see, okay, all the grid lines is highlighted. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll just select here grid line. So I want to pick one by one. So I pick here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then I'm going to create here again 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a new type of curtain wall mullions. So I'm not going to terminate my tool. I'll just select here edit type to open the type properties. And then after that, like what we always do is, if you want to create a new type of family, so you need to duplicate it first. So I duplicate, and then let's say I'm going to call this 150 mm by 150 mm. Rectangular. Okay, then after that, okay. Okay, so 150, 150. So the thickness is already 150. The width on side 2 should be 75, 75. So total 150. So 150 by 150. Okay, then after that, I select here OK. So this time, I'm going to select a grid line segment. Okay, and then after that, I place it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there you go. Okay, So if I go now to the 3D view, going back to my 3D view, so this is now how it looks like. See? Right? So if I want to change the door, what about the other door? Okay, so there's the door. There you go. Okay, you can also change the way your mullion joins. Okay, what do I mean? So if I click this mullion, as you can see, I have these two options here. It's may continuous or break, right? You see, okay. Actually, you can also click this icon here. So if you click that, it's the same. Okay, see, it's the same. So I click this, right? So I select this and then I click this one. So it's very basic, right? So this is how you create a curtain wall, curtain grids, and curtain mullion. So hope you learned something from this video. So until then, bye bye and thank you for watching.